That was the day I stopped being their ATM and started being their nightmare. People always called me too emotional, too soft, the one who'll never say no. My parents loved throwing that in my face whenever I dared to have boundaries. But on the afternoon, Marcus, my own father, sent me a single text that read, "You're no longer my daughter. Direct all future communication to my attorney." Something ice-cold replaced the warmth I'd carried for 31 years. I didn't shatter. I woke up. I stared at the message for maybe 10 seconds. Then I typed back 2 letters. Okay. That tiny word cost them everything. See, the joke was on them. For the last 8 years, I'd been quietly bankrolling the entire household. The lake house mortgage? 55% mine every month. Mom's insulin and Dad's heart meds? Paid from my overly sensitive checking account. My little sister's private college tuition after she partied away her scholarship? Covered. My brother's 3rd DUI lawyer and the small business loan he swore would be different this time? Also me. They mocked me at Thanksgiving for crying during commercials, never realizing I was the only reason the lights stayed on. So I opened every app, every portal, every joint account I'd been stupid enough to link. One by one, I killed the autopays. I revoked the supplemental credit cards. I reversed every personal loan I'd ever floated them, principal plus interest, because I'm too soft, but I'm not too soft to keep receipts and notarized agreements. By 9 p.m., their available credit had evaporated. By midnight, the mortgage company had flagged the account delinquent. By breakfast the next day, 2 of their 3 cars were on the verge of repossession. At hour 30, the phone rang. Private number. I let it roll to voicemail. "Miss Harper, this is Daniel Roth from Roth & Associates. I represent your parents. They've asked me to reach out regarding an urgent cash flow matter. They're prepared to discuss reinstating your status in the family if you could temporarily restore the previous arrangements." I smiled so hard my cheeks hurt. "Mr. Roth, my father explicitly relieved me of all family obligations yesterday. I'm simply respecting his legal instruction." He cleared his throat. "They may lose the house by Monday. Then I suggest they contact the son and daughter they still claim," I said sweetly. "Have a nice weekend." Hour 48 arrived like clockwork. My mother's name flashed on the screen, but the voice that came through wasn't the polished, condescending woman I grew up fearing. It was a raw, panicked shriek. "Ava, what have you done? The bank just called. The lake house, the cars, everything is collapsing. How could you be this cruel?" I put her on speaker and poured myself a glass of wine. "Cruel?" I repeated, tasting the word.
"No, Mom.
I'm finally being fair. You told me I was dead to you. Dead daughters don't pay bills." She sobbed so hard I thought she'd choke. In the background, I heard my father yelling, then the phone being snatched away. "Ava, listen," he started, voice cracking for the first time in my life. "No, you listen." I cut in. "You wanted a lawyer involved?"
"Great.
Mine is filing a complete financial disentanglement Monday morning. Every dime I ever gave you becomes a formal debt, in your names only. Every account gets unlinked. And the lake house you love so much? The one with my money holding up the foundation? Enjoy the foreclosure photos." Dead silence. Then my mother again, small and broken. "Please, baby. We didn't mean it. We were angry. Come home. We'll fix this." I let the silence stretch until it hurt. "You know what the saddest part is?" I finally said. "I would have kept giving. I would have kept bleeding myself dry, because I loved you. But the second you texted that you were done with me, you freed me. And freedom feels expensive from where you're standing, doesn't it?" I hung up while they were still begging.
They didn't lose the house in the end.
They sold it for half what it was worth to cover the avalanche of debt that magically reappeared in their names alone. Last I heard, Mom's working retail and Dad took early retirement to drive rideshare. My siblings finally had to adult. And me? I kept every penny I used to hand over and bought a little beach condo, cash. Sometimes the people who call you too sensitive are just terrified of the day you stop feeling and start thinking. If you've ever been the family bank with an emotional ATM fee attached, drop a like, hit subscribe, and tell me in the comments, who paid for your childhood? Because I guarantee someone's about to feel your absence real soon.